All right, you heard the beer crack. We're rolling up. It's fucking Wednesday night. Every night is the same in pandemic time, but I'm here with Model Citizen, Ryan and Shaun. What's going on, guys?
So
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing?
Everything's good.
Good. Living the dream.
Pretty
Everybody
much.
survived the inauguration, from what I can tell.
Yeah, almost not, but
Holy fuck. That was some wild stuff. I'm in Canada, so I just kind of watched the whole thing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. The other shit. Not today. I didn't watch today. I should have watched today. It sounded like it was a real nice time. The other time wasn't that good.
like, what the fuck are those guys doing? They're gonna blow themselves up, probably.
That's what I was thinking. No such luck, I guess, but
More
jeez. Yeah, you guys are all right, so that's fine. Yeah. Jesus. Well, that's awesome. I was telling Ryan before you popped on here, Shaun, I heard of you because I saw a friend of mine wearing one of your t-shirts online.
Oh, sweet.
And I thought, hey, that's a fucking cool shirt. And then shortly after that, Adam messaged me and said, hey, you want to talk to these guys? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Then I checked out the tunes. Your album you put out, the fuck Deplete. What the fuck is it called? Control. Yes, thank you, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was just listening to it. I can't remember the titles, but it's fantastic, fellas. How long did that thing take you to make?
Wow. What do you think, Shaun?
I don't know. Ryan put a lot of ideas together before we got in. Me and Adam got in there, and everything kind of formed. And I think we really worked on it hard for a good year.
Yeah.
Right.
October, about once we got in full stride, it was October to October, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really
Cool. Some of the songs I think kind of started like before Adam and Shaun came on, but I think the vast majority of them, it was while we were all together and everything just kind of clicked. We were just kind of like a machine. So, but pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's really cool. How's the response been?
What do you think, Shaun?
It's picking up a lot of steam. I think we've had some we've had some pretty good response on it. Mm-hmm. It's definitely turning some heads. Mm-hmm. So some notice. We're just waiting to see a little bit more. Time will tell, but I think so far so good.
Oh, people that hear it, they love it. That's the thing. Like, it's the hardest part is getting people to listen. It's like, hey, we got this album. We've got Sean Bevan. He did 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson. Rolling Stones, all those guys.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, check out our album. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it. Oh yeah, I'll get around to it. And then like 6 months later, like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like,
oh, I finally remembered to listen to it. Yeah. Fuck yeah, 9 Inch Nails. That was the first thing I heard. I was like, oh, okay, it's like that then. Okay, fuck yeah. That was good. It's fucking awesome. But it's a concept album, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the tell me the story? What's the story? I haven't listened to the podcast you guys do.
Wow.
About it yet, but
you got to get on that podcast.
Yeah, you got to get up to date on it.
I got it. I bet it's extensive, but
yeah, it's a little emotional. It's a little scary, So it all started with I guess it's Revenant 1, right, Shaun? So it all started. So the first episode, let me just get into that just a little bit. The first episode, it seems like some stuff is forming, but it's really kind of like a statement, more of a statement about just the world and what people do and accountability and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of ties back into like the Old Testament of the Bible. Mm-hmm. And you kind of start feeling that, as things go on, that Revenant 1, is not exactly excited. This character who's not exactly excited about, there being no punishment for the Old Testament, or like things that the Old Testament says punish people for. And, he ends up killing himself early on in the episodes. And when he dies, he enters, into a contract with God, and it's really just come back and kill all sinners, and there's no remorse, it's just, everything is unrelenting. And you hear it in the lyrics, you hear, it's just like, it just doesn't give up. And we don't hold back like on anything. If it sounds screechy, if it sounds angry, if it sounds defeated, if it sounds whatever, we just like, you know what? I love that. Let's leave it, Obviously, you can carry a tune. If you listen to the whole album, there's spots where we're carrying a tune and singing nicely, and next thing you know, it's just like
fuck yeah. Well, that's what I love about it. It's got something for everybody. Like if you like metal, you like industrial, whatever. But if you like melodies too, like you're in good hands with you guys for sure.
Yeah,
it's a whole encompassing experience for me. Like the second song, was it Morgan the Taker? Is that right?
Yeah, Morgan. Right.
Yeah.
Gee, I love that song. That's my favorite fucking track. That's so good.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate
That's awesome.
A lot of people, yeah, that's the thing. Like when stuff started getting played on radios and stuff, everybody was like, loving Morgan. They're like, it just comes out, and that was the first. I think, was that the first or second song Bevan did? Was it the first? It was the first.
That was the first song Bevan put his hands on. Yeah.
Nice.
And I remember getting that track. I was actually at a recital, and I'm sitting in there, I'm watching these kids up there doing their thing, and I get this message, from Bevan. I was like, oh no. He's like, it just says enjoy, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta leave. And I get in my car and I put that sucker on, and I was like, I turned up a little bit, and I turned up a little bit more, and I was like, boom, I turned it all the way up. I was like, yeah. I'm like, and I was texting these guys, I'm like, this guy made us sound like rock stars, And it just comes off the rails, and it gets all weird in the middle, and I can't wait to do that song live. I mean, I've got so many ideas of what we're gonna do with that, but that shit just, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, man. That's all the way across the board. It's so good. So you're talking about live. Have you guys played live before, or is this like a new thing?
Those guys have played in their own, in other bands live.
Yeah. Not as Modal Citizen at this point. Oof, that's exciting.
Yeah. So I always tell these guys I'm ready to scare people.
It's gonna be fucking scary for sure.
Yeah.
In a good way. Like fuck yeah.
Yeah. But back to the podcast and how it all fits together. The story builds, and as you listen to the CD, you'll hear things, from the podcast in the music, and vice versa. And it's really just this journey of like, just correcting, people, not really correcting, kind of, just kind of wiping them out, like bad people. It's kind of like these guys were saying, oh, it could be like a John Wick kind of thing. When we were all kind of thinking everything, it's like a John Wick, or or it's like what's another thing? It would be like a Dexter or something like that, but it's more
the
so
Crow
like,
or some shit, for sure.
Like that kind of stuff, and it's just, but it's like I said, we wanted to, with the music, reinforce all of it, and just like I said, we're unrelenting, and when we click on something or we lock into something, we drive it home. We build it up, and, some people, when they reviewed our album, they're like, it's just like a roller coaster. And that one guy was like, what did he say? He was like, I was, at first I wasn't sure, but then all of a sudden it like hooked me in, and then all of a sudden I was like holding on to the rail, holding on to the seat, and I couldn't, just like racking them around. Yeah, some people are like, it's exhausting, but it's amazing. I'm like, I know, but it's raw emotion. It's not, like I said, we don't pull any punches.
Well, that's it. It's like listening to a fucking movie. That's awesome. It is.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. It's exactly like I said. It's like it's not an easy listen, in the sense that there is so much raw emotion and energy. It's just like, if you're gonna listen to it, it's not like I'm just gonna listen to like one song and put it down. It's like, no, what the fuck's gonna happen now? That's what I like about it. Hang out.
You could listen to one song, and then you might listen to it again
and get something different,
and then you'll get something a little bit different. Then you'll come back and listen to something else, and it might scare you a little bit and be like, hold on, I kind of like that. I want to see what's next. It's kind of like well, shit.
Yeah, trepidation. That's a great example. It starts off, you're like, okay, this is kind of cool, and then it starts getting into like a groove, and all of a sudden it gets into this like ethereal type of, whatever. And next thing you know, like, we start coming at you, and then we come at you harder, then we come at you harder, and then it slows down into this like industrial thing, and then all of a sudden it just comes back full force, and it's like, I feel like when we're making this stuff, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I was mad. These guys can tell you, I don't get up there and I don't like, okay, whatever with his lyrics. And no, I'm like, no, I'm mad. And I'm like, no, let's keep going. I'm mad, I'm really mad. I'm like, just get the microphone. I'm like, and I'm like, okay, that's good enough for that one.
I'm
you
okay
know?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good, you know. I was gonna say, oh yeah, I always tell these guys, you know, when they get to crossing over and they get to the diamond, they get to what's another one down there towards the end? Numlock. When we start hearing about the diamond, Numlock, and you know, even crossing over, you know, a little bit more, that one's actually rising pretty good. We'll know, you know, out of scope, you know, those are like next steps, you know, and you hear the end of out of scope, that's raw. That's super raw, you know. And Shaun had some really good bass in there, you know, towards the end, you know, it was
Hi.
it actually ends on a little bass thing there. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, that feels right. You
That's
know?
fucking awesome. Well, how did you guys all get together then?
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. I tell everybody, you know, in fact, I'm trying to think, on Yancey's show, I think was the other time when I had mentioned it. You know, for me, I hit a really low spot, you know. I always say, you know, I'm a pretty good earner money wise. And, you know, I kind of got taken to the ringer, you know, and it was not a long time, but there's a point where, you know, I was in my car, you know, I'm sitting in my nice car, you know, sleeping in my car, you know, and I'm like, you know, let me just fuck with this garage band thing. You know, I used to do music a long time ago, and you know, let me just start putting some of these emotions down. You know, I like to write and stuff, and it's kind of like an outlet. So there's a stretch of that, and then I got, you know, let's say back on my feet, and then I was like, you know, letting some people at work listen to it. I'm like, because I was driving down the road one day, and I'm like, this sounds like Tool a little bit, but it also sounds like Nails. It also sounds like, you know. So then I let this guy listen to it, and he's like, if you get some live instruments on this shit's gonna go big. And I'm like, okay. He's like, no, for real. And then I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And he comes back at me later on in the day. He's like, are you gonna do it? I'm like, I really thought you were just kidding, but yeah, I'll look into it. So then you know, I was like, how do I do that? And he was like, well, you need to post on like music boards and get on Facebook and this and that. So I started doing that. And I went through some folks. But Adam, I'll be honest with you, Adam was, you know, one of the only people that did exactly what I asked. I'm like, you know, I want you to play along with this stuff. You know, I have the structure for some of these, play along. And, you know, that's what happened. Adam did a great job. I invited him. I think he thought I was going to kill him because of the lyrics and the way stuff sounded. That's all good. So then he knew Shaun, and that's how that linkage worked. And Shaun, I think, still thought I was going to kill them both, but
Jesus.
that hasn't happened. And then, you know, Adam has a brother that's a really good drummer, you know, so that ended up working out great. So that's how all that worked out, you know. So ever since that was like the beginning, right, Shaun?
Yeah.
Like 2019, late.
Okay.
Yeah. August 2019.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
August 2019. Then you started writing shortly after, you know, 2020 or October to, yeah. Wow.
October. Like this stuff. And then the funny thing is, I don't even know, like, I think Adam was like, hey, you know, we should send it to so-and-so and so-and-so. I'm like, okay. He's like, let's send it to a drummer from 9 Inch Nails, and let's send it to what's her name? Sorry, I don't mean to say what's her name. Man, Shannon O'Shea. Sorry, Shannon, if you're listening. I'm drinking.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah. So does she manage Bevan? Is that right? Is that how that works?
She works with 8mm, and she basically put together Garbage and managed those guys for years. So
wow.
Probably, I think she still works with Garbage.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah.
You know, yeah, big time. So then I'm like, all right, let's do that. So, you know, here's me and my professional self getting on a email, like, you know, like, click, you know. Next thing you know, the guy from Nails got back to us. Shannon O'Shea got back to us, and then Bevan got back. I was like, whoa, are you serious?
What is happening? Yeah, exactly. I didn't think this shit would happen, but they say shoot your shot and see what happens. Well, fuck, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And the next thing you know, they're like, we want everything you have. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're just like, oh shit. So then ever since then, you've been working with them. We contacted Orgy. You remember Orgy, right?
Of course I remember Orgy. Jesus Christ. That's my era, dudes. That's like new metal shit was my shit. Like all the way Stitches and Blue Monday, all that shit. That's fucking great.
Oh, well.
Vapor
Yeah,
transmission wasn't as good as Candy Ass, but it was still all right. After that, it was. I don't care about them after that album, but that's fine.
I think that's what everybody agrees on is Candy Ass was probably their best.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
are all over Citizen Kane. So I think at first he was going to do Numlock, right? He picked Numlock out of the set. So we were like, we got 5 tracks left. We sent him, I can't remember exactly which 5 they were, but most of them weren't like, they were probably like 50% done. We weren't 100, we weren't nowhere near 100% done. But Numlock, he listened to it. He's like, yeah, I want that one. And then I was like, we all got together one night and we were just, sat and was like, we need to just kind of jam together. So started messing around and like, holy shit, this sounds cool. And then Citizen Kane just kind of came together like that, right? I mean, it was just it didn't take very long at all. And just the build up and just the way the drop happens and everything. So anyway, so then a couple days later, I'm like, I sent it over to Mir. Then I sent him with a list of the ones that we had. I think it was 6 at that time, right? And then he's like, I want Kane. That was his message. He came back, he's like, I'm like, you got it, So
no problem.
Yeah, no problem. So that's Amir's. Amir did that. We sent it off to Mike Marsh for mastering. And I told Mike Marsh, I said, I want that bass drop to suck the air out of the room, I screamed, drop comes in, I want it to just go,
Yeah.
It does.
It does.
Yeah. Badass track. Shooting our own horn, but I love
it's a whole badass fucking album, man. Like, Jesus Christ. I didn't know where the fuck he even came from. Well, no, but where did you, like I'm sitting here and I listen to these guys, like all the underground indie, whatever you want, and I hear this shit and I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Like, you guys are so good. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. We like it.
Well, you dabble, you have fun right now.
Yeah, beer and chicken wings. That's our recipe.
There you go.
That's awesome. Yeah. So then are you guys planning on doing some shows once shit opens up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Right now I think, it's kind of, it is kind of, it's fun, just talking to the other bands and everything like that. And we know where we stand, we listen to the other groups and, everybody's doing a good job at being an artist or doing their own thing. But we do know that we have something we believe that we do feel, and we are reinforced by, industry leaders that we have something really good, and we're just waiting. Like, we're going to bust them doors off,
That's fucking crazy.
Set it on fire.
Big time. Well, it's hard. Like you said, you've got the backing from these big names, but nobody can do shit right now. So imagine when you fucking can. Like, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
I'm just yeah.
I just hope you take a fucking camera so I can see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Recorded.
Just
we do have the video coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our first full length video. I know. Am I running the show? I don't. I'm like talking. I talk all the time.
No, that's fine. The floor is yours, sir. It's all good.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So we did. So we call him Mad Matt. So Mad Matt Flicks. That's the guy, our director. He's the one that did. I don't know if you've seen it, but the Trepidation promo on our Facebook.
No, I was scrolling through, but I didn't click on it. I was just like,
you gotta see that.
I'll see it. I'll fucking see whatever you got now. That's it.
Yeah. A little disorienting. It's pretty, but it's got the drop, trepidation and everything. And we did it at Fulton. Is it Fulton Gas Works?
Fulton Gas Works, Richmond, Virginia. Yep.
Nice.
They're getting ready to shut the place down, right? And I don't want to say we broke in. We let ourselves in.
But the door was open. It happened.
The door was wide open.
Yeah.
The gate was wide open.
Yeah. Wheeled in a generator out into the field, and we filmed it there. We had a great cast. Haley was great. Sarah was great. Everybody did a great job. But so he's doing our full length video, which is I guess it's Tawano, right? I think it's the
Williamsburg area, Tawana.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that'll be cool. We got a script. It plays into the Revenant. It's 4 crossing over. It's gonna be legit.
Jesus. Yeah. Okay. When I guess let me know when that comes out because I want to fucking see that.
Yeah, we are not pulling any punches on it. You know, we're throwing a lot of stuff at it. We've got you know, the whole Hollywood lens and stuff going on, and it's gonna look like a movie. You know,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool because I like we say, I think once you guys are allowed to just get out there and fucking go, you're gonna go, and it's gonna be crazy.
That's the game plan, you know. So.
Like you're a fucking bulldozer waiting to just drive through a crowd of fucking people at whatever festival you want. It's ridiculous, and they won't know what the fuck happened.
That's what Adam was saying. He's like, these people are not gonna know.
No one's ready.
They're not gonna know what hit them.
Yeah, and that's the best. Yeah. You're sitting on a fucking bomb right now. You're like strapped to a fucking rocket, for Christ's sake. It's crazy, guys. Seriously.
We got more coming too.
You got more coming. Oh, Jesus. God help us all.
There's so much more on the way. You know, we get together every weekend. We work on one track or another, and we'll meld around some ideas and then kind of throw it to the side and then come back to another thing and get it about 50%, and then we'll put it to the side. And, you know, we just go back and forth with it. And then all of a sudden out of the blue, Ryan's like, hey, I got 3 more ideas. Boom. What do you think about this? I'm like, Jesus Christ. All right. Cool.
All right.
Let's keep it rolling.
About 600 songs in our backlog, man. You know?
Jesus.
Yeah.
600 songs.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're like, I don't know. So, you know, yeah. This next album is gonna be. I want to say it's gonna be like twice as good as the first. You know,
fuck off, man. That's nuts. It can't be.
It
can't be.
Yeah, Handle. Oh, I'm telling you, when you hear Handle and you hear the deep end is fucking great, dude. Handle, come on now. Handle's badass.
I'm gonna need a handle to hold on to while I listen to it. I think, and safety gear.
Yeah.
Get a helmet. Get a big helmet.
I'm ready now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like the recipe that we have, and you know, I think that's probably one of the best things that plays to our advantage is, you know, we have so much material that's so, you know, it's similar but it's different. Like, you know, the tracks that you hear on Control Ultra Deplete, we're able to bounce around. You know, I kind of look around the room and see how the guys are feeling. I'm like, oh, you know, how about this one? You know, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, yeah, and they start playing. I'm like, yeah, let's track that, and you know, and then sometimes, you know, the lyrics, you know, I might want to change them up a little bit, you know, and grab the mic and get kicking.
I think that's a really good part of the recipe. There's and another good part is you know, Adam and I have worked together off and on in and out of different bands for so many years. We've known each other for so long too. We all grew up together, and it's just kind of weird, you know. And the last band that him and I were in, we were together for about 7 years. And, you know, you pay your dues playing a lot of little small gigs, small clubs, trying to feed off of people, trying to get different ideas, and just get out there and see what's going on. And when Adam introduced this to me, I was like, dude, this is what I've really been wanting to do. Like my whole time playing is get in this kind of industrial groove. You know, it's kind of the melting pot of the music that I've really enjoyed the most. But you know, getting in with Ryan and working with this project and forming these songs, man, has just been pretty freaking amazing, dude. It's unreal. So we're enjoying it all the way, you know. So kicking and screaming, dude, just keep on hitting it.
Fucking right, guys. Absolutely.
You see, Adam and Shaun, that's cool. Like, you know, when you know, we'll start doing something. And then, you know, I'll lay something down, or I'll, you know, bring something up, and then all of a sudden I'll look over there and they're just kind of jamming. I'm like, and they're looking at each other and they're like feeding off each other. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. That looks good.
I'm happy now. Yeah. You can live another day.
Not gonna kill him just yet.
Not yet. 40 more songs and you're fucked. But after that. We'll do 3 albums, then you're dead.
Got a number in my head, you know.
I'm not going to tell you what that number is. This could be your last fucking song you ever play like it is. Yeah.
God.
You better do a great job. Just saying.
Little fucking counter in the room. Just
That number up there. Oh, don't worry about it.
it's a counting down. Oh shit.
What's the red clock? Is that my clock? And the blue clock, Adams?
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not telling you which color you are.
I'm not gonna tell you which color. Yeah,
Oh, Jesus. I got to write a better riff.
Yeah.
Adam's numbers are resetting again.
Oh, the numbers are going up now. Oh.
Yeah.
Better just keep playing. Yeah.
yeah, the numbers are going up. This is good.
You just stand there at the front there.
Like that.
That's funny.
Hey, you know what? We've never, you know what? We had one discussion. We've never had like a real argument, like as a band. I think it's
well, that's good.
you know, we run like a no nonsense kind of shop. You know, we've had some people that wanted to play with us, but you know, we were like, you know, we're no nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
We don't fuck around. I don't know if you've heard anything we've ever done, but we clearly do not fuck around.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're going with it. I mean, you have to treat it as it's a musical venture. It's fun, but it's also a business. You know, it's a business of getting your shit together and doing what you're supposed to do. So you have to be as professional as possible with it. And you know, we need people to be correspondent to that and be professional. And you know, Ron's tasked me with, hey, can you call this drummer? And I'm like, oh boy. Really? Yeah. He's like, please just give him a call, man. He keeps texting me, and I've talked to a couple people, and one guy was just crazy about a bong, and another guy was like, sounded like he was on a 4-day bender. And I'm like, oh boy. But
yeah.
And he's like, man, I don't drink no more. Okay.
No more.
That's good.
It's new.
2:00. I swear to God, it sounds like you're about 12 pack in. You
know? No, I stopped drinking an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Everybody's got some kind of problem or something. It's like, all right, forget it. Yeah. So, but yeah, all seriousness, you know, you really got to put forth a lot of effort in there, and you know, we need serious players, serious people. Right. So, you know, it's kind of like, all right, well, we'll just we'll keep on pushing, keep on making things happen. So yeah.
But I think that's good. I think that a lot of bands, that's where they lose it, because they have 1 or 2 guys who are just there for the broads and the drugs, right? They're not there to do the art thing. They're not there to make a fucking movement like you guys, you know. And you have to just, I like the no nonsense approach. You have to just fucking lay it down right off the start. So that's fine. You can go do your little kid shit, but this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, this is real life. We're playing for points now, you know?
Yeah.
We're adults here.
I don't know if you see that fucking counter up there, but that's you do not want that thing to roll down. The eye is watching. Shh, he'll hear you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like that.
Oh boy.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. Take the last few minutes, fellas. Where can we find your podcast, your album, merch, anything like that? Anything you want to promote with the last 8 minutes we got?
Shaun, you want to take it? I mean, everything's on Modal. www.modalcitizen.com. So that's MODALCITIZAN.com. You can find everything there. The podcast is on there. The merch is on there. CDs on there. Some people were clamoring for, a hard CD. So we've got that with special packaging. This shirts that we have left right now in this first run, they come with special packaging too. I'm not going to tell you what that packaging is. It's a little scary. That's all good.
Scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's the skin of the people that have wronged you. Yeah.
Well,
you know those guys, the drummers we were talking about earlier? Don't worry about it.
So I mean, everything's on the site, yeah, that'd probably be the best place to go, to get everything. Yeah.
Bandcamp, definitely, modalcitizen.com. And the Bandcamp, where else are we? Apple, iTunes, Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest thing I think so like when we're coming up with the name of the band, there's Model Citizen out there, but they're not the same. The whole.
Oh, I learned that.
Yeah.
That's not who I'm talking to. No.
Right.
No. There they are. Yeah.
The whole idea behind Modal is, I write software as a profession, but there's a concept called modal windows, and it's something that's on top, and you have to deal with it. Everybody's run into it. A window pops up and you can't click anywhere else on the screen until you deal with it. And that's where modal came from. So it's Modal Citizen, and instead of EN, it's AN. So MODAL and then CITIZAN. And it's like, we are this force, that you just have to deal with. It's something in life, that you can't go on unless you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, I was thinking, I was driving actually home today, from the store, and I think I was listening to our stuff on SoundCloud, and some song came on. I'm like, man, it wasn't even ours. It was like, I'm like, well, that's kind of sad, But then I put on one of our songs, and I mean, our music flips a switch, it just flips a switch. Even if you haven't heard it before, you're like, whoa, what's going on? Next thing you know, you're listening. We have your attention. We get your attention, and it really just erases whatever emotion that you had going on before, and we take you on a roller coaster. And that's the idea. We want to get your attention. We want you to listen. The messages behind the music are incredible, I think, once you really get into it and understand what's being said. No, we're not Satan worshipers or anything like that.
Damn it.
Yeah. But we definitely, the message comes out, we're fighting for what's right, and, in my mind, why isn't there any punishment for, there are 10 commandments, not to be biblical or anything, but, there are 10 rules that, if you do any one of those 10, if you transgress against any one of those 10, it changes the way any human feels, and it's just the way it is. It's like, if you lie, you steal, you cheat, you do this, you do that. I mean, there's a reason why it's boiled down to like a simple 10, and there's no punishment for most of those except for killing, and I think that's bad, because there's a lot of things on that list that if you do them, if you transgress against them, it it messes up people's lives for a long time, and it can mess up generations, and, just want to get people to listen, understand how bad it can be, understand, how bad you can hurt somebody, and, we'll take you through the trenches, and sometimes we'll bring you up and give you some air, and
just a bit.
Just a bit.
Just enough.
It just is what it is. So it's an interesting project, and I love it, and we've got a lot to offer folks, and
you do.
I'm rocking.
God damn it, boys! It was a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure. We appreciate it.
I wish you the best. You just keep in touch. We'll do this again. We'll make it happen again, especially when you send me anything you want. Adam has my email. When you want stuff played, I just need MP3s. That's awesome. It.
Cool.
When you get the new stuff, this is all new to me. I'll start picking and choosing for sure, and I'll play it on my radio shows, but the new stuff too. Don't be afraid.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. In fact, we'll get some stuff to you. Shaun, if you guys are all good with it, as soon as we get the next one mixed and mastered, we can send it to you for as one of the first people, or the first person that gets it. So,
and then with whatever's left of my mind, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Put Joe in the clock.
There's a third clock. Shit. That one just appeared somehow as if by magic. I don't know what that is.
The Revenants. That's what it is. But yeah, and you got to catch up on the Revenant
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm fucking.
Yeah.
It's coming tonight, right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
The
definitely check that out.
I gotta check it out. Yeah,
episodes
you
aren't that
win.
long.
I'm in. Whatever you say, it's fine. Whatever you do, I'll start killing people. It doesn't matter. Whatever you tell me to do. I'm just kidding. I won't. I don't want to incriminate myself. I didn't do anything.
Modal Citizen made me do it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are using that as an excuse now. That's all good. Yeah.
As long as this is an excuse towards change, then that's fine. That is good.
Know what you think about it. So,
Yeah.
That would be all. Just less than a minute. Oh my gosh.
It's all good. I appreciate it so much, you guys. I'll put this up. I'll send all the links I'll email you the links when it's up. They'll be up tonight yet. Cool. I appreciate you guys. You take care. Stay safe out there.
Thanks so much.
Man, appreciate it.
Peace out. You too.
Later.